Welcome back to the Last Boy Scouts Survival and Bushcraft. I'm your host, Scottie the Professor Nias, and today I'm in Morro Bay, California to show you how to make a flagpole out of driftwood. So stick around, you're gonna learn something. I found two pieces of driftwood, not quite as straight as I'd love it to be, but straight enough. I'm gonna be utilizing paracord. I'm gonna be lashing two portions of these pieces of driftwood that I placed parallel to each other and staggered slightly. So that way, when I construct my shear lash, it's going to have enough structural integrity that it's not going to bend or collapse under its own weight or the weight of the wind that might push it around. So check this out. First things first, we're gonna do our shear lash. All right, with my paracord, I've already taken the liberty to cut with my handy dandy tool here a couple smaller portions, approximately 12 inches in length or so, to give me enough space to tie my flag to my pole. So two approximate 12-inch strands, and then another longer portion strand that I don't quite have measured out. And I've also taken my lighter and fused the ends of the paracord so I don't have any of the guts sticking out real hardcore. Kind of like I do here, I didn't singe it as well. All right, so the way we do the shear lash, just like we demonstrated before with the shear lash of a tripod or the tripod lash, we are going to start with a clove hitch, and then we are going to wrap several times until we are satisfied with the number of wraps that we have and the structural integrity and strength of our wraps. And then we will finish it off once again with a clove hitch. Now for this type of shear lashing for a flagpole, you are not going to frap. And frapping, once again, as we've demonstrated before, is lashing around our wraps. So we are only tying off, wrapping, tying off. One big shear lash. Now, there is another way that you can do this with a couple different pieces of cord, where I can do one shear lash approximately this length and one shear lash approximately this length, having two separate shear lashes. But for this one, it's okay to do just one big long shear lash. Once again, that clove hitch, wrapping around, forming that X, giving ourselves enough slack, our rope to make it all the way around, dress it up underneath the X, finish her off, cinch it up, okay? Now, one thing that you can do in addition, if you don't trust the integrity of that knot, but as you can see, I'm yanking on it, it's not going nowhere, is you can tie just an overhand knot right here, cinch it up. You got a little knot blocker, stopper knot, and this thing ain't going nowhere, okay? So now you can see these aren't exactly flushed, so we're gonna flush them up as best we can and start wrapping around. Now, it always helps having some of this cordage wrapped up, pro tip right here, so that way as you bring it around you can unravel it. You're not doing one long piece of cord or cordage. And I'm gonna zoom through this so you guys aren't stuck watching me do all these wraps. Now, as I'm getting through this wrapping, I notice that I'm losing more and more of my rope. So in order to keep the integrity of this lash, I'm going to do what I had mentioned before and do 2 separate lashes, one lower, one upper, and that'll give us the strength that we need. So here we go, finishing it off with a clove hitch. All right, and there you have it. A not quite perfect flagpole made from driftwood, utilizing 2 different shear lashes on a parallel opposing end.
Okay, at this point you're probably wondering, Scotty, what the hell am I looking at? Well, I just did 2 half hitches and then I secured it in place with just a simple overhand stopper knot, and then I fashioned the flag to it and did the same thing underneath it. Just 2 half hitches, secured it tight with a stopper knot so that way it would prevent further slippage and it would hold the flag tightly in place. And once again, at the bottom portion where I'm attaching the flag, 2 half hitches secured by an overhand knot into a loop, and then another 2 half hitches with an overhand knot to secure the bottom portion of the flag.
like what you see, hit that like button. Please subscribe and stay tuned. We got a lot more to come. And stay safe, stay vigilant. Knowledge is your weapon. Be prepared. Gotta watch where I'm going.